Hey everybody, a Retro Geek Dad here, back with another toy review. This time we are looking at Medieval Spawn from McFarlane Toys. Picked this up from Target. Retail was between $25 and $30, I believe. But pretty excited to get into this one. Medieval Spawn is one of my favorite characters. But really excited about this one, so stay tuned. We're going to do a package walkthrough, an unboxing, check out the figure, articulation, accessories. So stay tuned and we'll get right into it. Okay, so we're going to take a quick look at the packaging. So we do have our Medieval Spawn right at the bottom, the Spawn logo. 14 plus, it's not really kind of for kids. McFarlane toy logo. On the side, we have our Spawn logo again, and we have our little RFID sticker, which I've seen a lot of these on some of the newer toys. I guess that's a new thing that a lot of toy companies are doing now. On the back, we have this awesome illustration here of Medieval Spawn. I started reading Spawn comics back in when they first came out, but absolutely love Medieval Spawn. If you're not familiar with the character, I highly recommend searching about him and maybe doing a Google search or something. But on the other side we have the same illustration, just a smaller version. On the top we just have the window looking down, and then on the bottom here we have our UPC code, all of our legal information. So it is a pretty hefty box. It's probably a couple pounds, but as you can see, he does come with like a warhammer and his signature sword here, which I'm kind of already seeing a little bit of curvature to the sword, so I'm hoping maybe we can get that out. But yeah, it's a really cool figure, really good presentation. It's really cool. I'm excited about it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to open them up, do a quick review of the articulation and check them out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to open him up. So we've got some tape here on the bottom. We'll just go ahead and cut that. Rearrange my light there. Or you can open up the top. So on the back, we do have the Spawn flames. There is a stand there. So I'm probably just going to leave the stand in here for right now. We'll probably check it out later at the end of the video. So here is our Medieval Spawn. A little bit, there we go. So really cool. Now his cape does come through the back of the packaging. And it's it's a kind of plastic, rubbery kind of material. It's pretty cool. As far as attachments, we do have some little plastic ties right here. And then with the weapons, we also have some ties there. So let's see if we can successfully take these off. Try laying it down, see if that'll work. There's the sword. Get the warhammer out. Okay. And then he does have some ties around his chest here. Those. And he's got some around his ankles and his hands. carefully remove these without scratching the figure. Maybe that's all of them. Okay, I think that's all of them. That's a lot of ties right there. Just get some of these out of the way. Okay, so here is our medieval Spawn figure. Really cool. Like I said, this guy's he's got some weight to him. So check out articulation. So the head is on a ball joint. Pretty good movement there. The arms, they're on a socket on the inside, so we've got some movement. There is some blockage from the shoulder pads. Not too much because the shoulder pads are like a flexible plastic. So we can do some movement there. At the top of the biceps, we do have some turn there, left and right. The elbows are double jointed, so we've got some pretty good movement there. The wrist turns, and it does have some rocking to it, but with the restrictions of the gauntlet. Torso, we do have movement there on a ball joint. The waist does turn, and it appears to be on some kind of ball joint there. And the legs, so there is some restrictions with the cloth here, the armor pieces. So the legs are on a ball joint too. So there is pretty good movement there. There's not a lot of restrictions, but some. The knees are double jointed, so get some good movement there. The feet are on a rocker too. Pretty good movement there. And there is a toe joint. So if you wanted to give them pointy shoes, you could. So all in all, pretty good articulation. The joints kind of click into place, so that's good. Arm is a little loose with rotation. So maybe it's just this one, but all in all, the joints are pretty good, solid. They do, kind of click into place. And just the detail on this figure is insane. I mean, there's like Celtic knotwork on his armor here. See if I can get it up close to that. I mean, it's just really cool. The skulls on the cape, the skulls on the shoulder. I mean, and all the spikes are, they're not dangerous. They're like the flexible plastic. But I mean, that's a really, really cool looking figure. I was thinking that maybe that was behind the shin guard, but that's actually molded like that, so it's kind of odd that it's not, uniform, but it's all right. Part of the character, I suppose. He does have this big, leg piece here. Now, this is all flexible plastic. It really doesn't hinder the foot movement that much as far as articulation goes, but I would assume when you go to pose it, you're not going to be able to get a lot of good poses because of, it sits flat. But really cool figure. I mean, it's awesome looking. I mean, just the detail on it. I mean, you can see the chainmail on his neck. And it's just really cool. And just the detail on his chest pieces and all the armor plating. Chains are pretty cool. So I am very happy with this figure. This is a very cool looking figure. Let's take a look at, see if I can get my lighting to cooperate here. Let's take a look at the weapons. So here is his sword. get it to focus on. There we go. There is his sword. And there is some curving to it. It is soft plastic, so you would be able to kind of bend it back. But let's see if I can see the detail. You know, there are some glyphs on the sword there. Detail is really good. It's really cool looking. And then with the Warhammer, that is pretty cool. We've got the little Spawn logo on the hammerhead there. And it's got a little curve to it, but I think it kind of lends to the aesthetic of it. So it is kind of sharp though. Yeah, those are sharp. Those are not soft plastic. So there is the Warhammer and the sword. So let's see how easy it is to get a weapon in the hand. Let's go ahead and start with the sword. So both hands are about the same as far as open. There is not much room to open the hand because of the hard plastic. So you have to kind of go between the thumb and the hand, kind of like that, to put it in. So it's pretty cool. Of course, you know, with the bend in it, that kind of takes away from the coolness of it. And then with the Warhammer, it's probably gonna be about the same thing. So you can kind of push it past the thumb there and get it in his hand. So there is our medieval Spawn, ready for some butt whooping. So that's pretty cool. I really like that figure. So I'll go ahead and I'll get the stand out. Slide that piece of cardboard out. Stand to the side here. So I'll just go ahead and take, and this is just like on like a blister card kind of. I'll just pop that out. I mean, he's almost solid enough to where you don't really need the stand, but I know McFarlane Toys are real happy about their stands. So we'll put him there. So there's the stand. Of course, it really doesn't do the figure justice because he's so big and the stand is kind of small. But if you wanted to use the stand, you could. I personally will not be using the stand on mine just because I think it takes away a little bit. But really cool figure. I'm wondering if we can take the sword out and maybe, because I know there's no place to put it, but maybe we can kind of slide it behind his cape some, maybe. Like he's got it on his, there we go. You can kind of do that if you wanted to. And then you could double or dual wield the Warhammer, maybe. I don't know if his hands will go together. Just kind of finagle it in there. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. The hammer looks a little small. It's definitely a one-handed hammer. But really cool. I mean, I really like this figure. I'm definitely getting like some Warhammer vibes, especially with the shoulder pads. But I mean, he stands really good. Of course, I say that and he falls over, but he's pretty solid, good figure. I really like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to throw some photos at the end of this video just to kind of show some different poses. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we will catch you again next time.